And welcome to St Albans Reserve on this Sunday morning for the Under-18 GDFL Grand Final between Bannockburn and Geelong West Cricket and Football Club St Joseph's. And Jason Doherty with you on this Sunday morning. Joining us, Eric Nichols. Good morning to you, Eric.
Morning, Jace. It is early on Sunday morning.
It is, isn't it? The sun's out though, bright day, and a little bit of dew on the ground here at St Albans, but it should be a pretty good day for football.
Yes, for that sun, actually it's coming right into our eyes, which makes life difficult, but hopefully the cameraman will be able to work his way around it.
I'm sure he'll be able to. Also joining us in special comments, as always, it wouldn't be an Under-18 Grand Final if we didn't have him here. Well, I think he's had a big week because Thompson went out last week. The guru at Thompson with Greg McLeod. Paul Welsh, good morning to you, Welshie.
Good morning, Jason. Good morning, Eric. It is very early on a Sunday morning, but I'm usually up in that church this time of the Sunday morning, so it doesn't really worry me.
You went to the early mass this morning, did you?
I went last night.
You went last night, did you? Very good. Seeing as that was daylight saving, you would have missed this morning. So,
yes.
Well, it is Bannockburn and Geelong West Cricket and Footy Club St Joey's this morning in the Under-18 Grand Final. Geelong West St Joey's defeated Bannockburn in the second semi-final to get through. And Bannockburn defeated East Geelong in the preliminary final last weekend pretty comfortably to match up this morning in this Under-18 Grand Final. And Welshie, Bannockburn only lost one game during the year, but went down in the second semi-final, so they had to fight their way through.
Yes, well, you always sort of come off the second semi, you fight to stay on top of the ladder all year and get that double chance just in case you do have a hiccup, and obviously losing one game for the season is an excellent effort. And that sort of doesn't mean anything today, Eric, if you can't get over the top today, does it? You can reflect back on the season and say, well, we only lost sort of 3 games for the season, but one of them's a grand final, and all the good work sort of washes away after that, doesn't it?
The rest of the season pales into significance after today, doesn't it?
Yeah,
this is
sure.
the only one that counts. At the end of the year, nobody's going to know who won what game through the year, but everybody knows who wins the grand final.
Yes, and there's some excellent talent out there too today, Jason, as you know, with being involved in the under-17s. Young Millen Grant from Bannockburn's an excellent prospect. Lucas Forbes, I see, has kicked 40-odd goals off a half-forward flank from St Joey's. He'll be one to watch down there, very live wire down there, and a very good goal sneak.
He will be, and we're just seeing some of the matchups here. Malane Grant played Victorian under-16s during the year and has been in fine form, and I think they're playing Ducks and Drakes because he usually lines up at centre-half forward. He'll be wearing the number 12. And I don't know whether he's there to start off with, so I think he's on the wing actually, and Dean Stankovic has gone over and picked him up. They played in the second semi-final against each other, and they will be again this morning by the looks of it. And Luke Forbes looks like Stephen Booley, who are old under-17 teammates from the Raiders. They've got a bit of a duel on. The umpires this morning are McElhinney, in the centrals anyway, are McElhinney, Smith and Clifton. And we're just about to start the Under-18 Grand Final now. It's going to be West up against Simon Bogey. And West gets up and gets it down to, running straight through the middle and doing very well to get the handball away was Abasesian, who's a late inclusion after having a bit of a broken hand. Now Van Ingen, and also over the top of it trying to get it away quickly was Haberfield. Still in the middle of the ground. Quick kick out of the pack, but sitting back there and taking the mark is Geddes. In fact, it's Tristan Lang, who played pretty well in the preliminary final last week. Lang has got it at centre half back looking for a lead. He's got Hinchcliffe wide. He likes to go towards centre wing. Malane Grant, Stankovic against him. Malane Grant pushed it at the front. Stankovic, good second effort. Bogey across there too. Pretty close to the boundary line. Malane Grant gets a push in the back. No free kick still there. Over the top of the ball. Beard in there as well, fighting hard for it. And right in front of our commentary box here, in between wing and half forward.
Now boys are going in pretty hard there, Jason.
Two number 12s.
Sorting each other out the first couple of minutes.
So it'll be Simon West for West St Joey's up against Simon Bogey. Bogey ended up getting a little bit of a tap to it. Beard gets across there. Malane Grant on hands and knees. Rudd in there also. And Hinchcliffe on hands and knees. Handballs it out. Coming through Beard. He leaves it behind. So does Malane Grant. Just still working each other out at the minute. Lang, he got the high tackle. No free kick. Rudd in there also fighting hard for West St Joey's. He shuffles it out somehow. But the umpire has come in and he will ball it up. It's between wing and half forward still.
Young Tristan Lang comes from good breeding. He's Peter Lang from Eastern Suburbs and Leopold fame. Yep. It's his nephew.
Oh, okay.
Yes. There's some trivia for us.
That's why we got you here, Welshie. That's why we got you here. Bogey gets it down towards Byron O'Keefe. Can't pick it up. Beard against him. Tackles him too. Oh, too high, said the umpire. Centre wing Byron O'Keefe will take the free kick. Two Raiders teammates too this year. Good to see the boys like each other. Now O'Keefe. Bad kick off the boot. Doesn't sit well. Now Gray had it and lost it, got it back. We'll run straight into Ben Hinchcliffe if you don't mind. Hinchcliffe gets it down towards Van Ingen, coming across towards Ashley Smith at half forward. Handballs it back out, good shuffle out, and gets it back towards Nicholson. Nicholson around the corner towards half forward, and that's Sam Hickleton, and sits for him nicely too. He gets onto his right boot, into the pocket, lead on out, good kick too, and I think he might have found his teammate. He has done so, and that is Shane Hickleton, who's been in great form during the finals. I think he might have kicked 4 or 5 goals last week in the preliminary final, and he'll line up from 35 metres out. Bit of an angle though, but we've seen, Eric, during the finals that pocket's not too bad to kick goals from.
That pocket in the seniors and the reserves has been a good pocket to get the footy from. Hickleton looks a good prospect, ran pretty hard to take that mark. He's a left footer. It's a lovely looking kick. It's gone across the face, so I'd suggest, and only a behind to Shane Hickleton. But that's the first score of the day, and Bannockburn off with 1 behind.
So the guest video scoreboard is Bannockburn 1 behind, and Western Joey's yet to score. It'll be Ryan Moore, the captain of the Western Joey's team, to kick in. His father Jeff coaching the team this morning. He kicks in short, and he finds, I think that might be
Vagona, I think.
Is it Vagona?
Yes.
Yep, it's Josh Vagona. Goes out wide, looking for his teammate Beard, can't take the mark, off hands. Still at half forward for Bannockburn. Pack develops, umpires found a push in the back. Going to go to Western Joey's, and it might be Daniel Beard getting up off the bottom of the pack. In fact, it's David Spear, it is. David Spear with the footy. Goes towards centre wing. Not a bad kick, finds his teammate. And can't quite pick him up. He's a long way across there with the sun beaming down into our face. But getting it away quickly towards half forward. Looking for over the back there was James Hose. Couldn't take the mark. West and also Bogey get across there. And they see it over the line for a boundary throw in between wing and half forward on the outer side.
They're no different than the seniors. Well, I see they run pretty straight at the footy, some of these kids.
Yeah, they are, and it's very tough in close at the moment, and it's very slippery out there too, Eric. We might say, with a bit of rain last night and a early morning dew on the ground too, so they're going to find it a little bit hard.
Paul Carroll turns around, gets it towards Sam Hickleton. He can't take the mark. Ryan Moore against him, punches it away. Still in deep into Bannockburn's attack. Clinton Gray gets there first on centre wing, had it and lost it. Still got it there and runs away. Does well. Shows a turn of speed, goes towards half forward. Madden comes out at pace, can't take the mark. Bannockburn with the numbers. Now coming through the middle was West, couldn't take it with him. Booley also leaves it behind. Free kick for a hold. Go to Stephen Booley, and he takes it at centre half back for Bannockburn.
So Booley goes wide to centre wing. The lead out there, well, kid can't quite get to it in Smith, but has been taken by Spear for West. Good looking kick, can't find Nardi unfortunately, but comes back on it, right foot. Gets it towards half forward. Lovely positional kick there. Finds O'Sullivan on half forward flank. Now heads toward the goal square. O'Sullivan in front there is Forbes. Can't take the mark. Comes to ground. Well, the umpires put a whistle on play. And it's going to go to Forbes, is it? The full forward pocket. And an opportunity here for the west side to get their first saute onto the scoreboard.
Nice kick goal, this kid, Eric.
Is he?
Yes.
He's the way he's
left footer.
Footy, he knows what it's about. He's in a fairly ordinary angle for a left footer. Coming in there. Very precise. It's a lovely looking kick. I think he's just the near side has missed. So that's a behind there. So a behind each on the guest video scoreboard. And ball about to...
How do you see that match up, Welshie? Booley on Forbes.
Yeah, it's a good match-up because Bulls plays it tight across there, and he's had a couple of kicks already, getting himself in. He's got to play him in front, I suppose, and not let him get back on him. And Forbes is very smart around the goals, and he just might have to sort of sacrifice his running game.
Well, here he is in front of goal. Luke Forbes again from the kick in from his opposite opponent, Steve Booley. But he has missed again, 2 behinds to him. That is the Western Joey score on the guest video scoreboard. And Bannockburn at 1 behind. Booley will do the kicking in once again. So,
how difficult it is first thing in the morning, Walshy, with the dew on the ground, the kids not kicking it as far perhaps as they would normally?
Yeah, I'd say so. And, the ball, I suppose they'll change the ball over a quarter time, I'm not sure. But if they don't, the ball's going to get obviously heavier as the day goes on, isn't it?
Yes, so from the kick in, Bannockburn in possession go. That's a good kick, long to centre wing, off hands. Coming across there was Madden, can't control it for West. Ball in dispute there. Good work by the kids. They've pushed it out, got it out in the open, but surely the umpire, no, they've let it go, and finally the ball has come clear. Was that Van Ingen got it long to half forward? Good kick. There's player put down, but play on to the umpire. Here come West clearing the footy. They've gone wide. Across there trying to intercept was Carroll. Can't take the footy. And now we've got whistle on play.
Free kick to West.
To West.
I think it's Ryan Moore with it.
It's just hard to see that. So Moore deep on half-back flank to relieve the pressure for West. Goes long to centre wing. 3 Bannockburn players, they spoil one another. Comes to ground under the pack. Finally, West get it out. Good work there. That was
new inclusion.
Abasusion. Get the mouth around that.
When I walked in the rooms and found out he was playing, I thought, oh, poor Eric, he's got another one to say.
Abasusion.
No, I don't have too much trouble. Laurie has the problem.
Andrew throw in, half forward for West. Big punch away from the back of the pack for Bannockburn. Goes out towards Spear. Can't pick it up at the first attempt. Second attempt, he's pushed off the footy and it's pushed out of bounds for another throw in between wing and half forward with West in attack. They're leading 2 behinds. Bannockburn 1 behind. And we've been playing 7.5 minutes in the first term. Boundary throw in now. West behind towards Rudd and also Spear. Free kick going to be picked out and it's going to go to Western Joey's. It's going to be Abasusion with the free kick. And he gets the ball back from David Spear. He's on centre wing. Not a lot of movement at half forward for him. They start and lead now. Madden will be one of their key marking options across half forward. He's going to go short, is he? Yes, he is to Rudd, who's positioned himself just inside the centre square at half forward. Takes the mark. He's got Ryan Moore at centre half forward. He's called to play on now. He goes longer to centre half forward. Stankovic up there. Also Mullane Grant comes to the front of the pack. Clinton Gray, that's where he's going to be important at the bottom. He goes around the corner with the right foot towards the boundary line, and Forbes, I don't think Forbes will be able to keep that in. He can't. It is a boundary throw in.
Jason, just on Clinton Gray. Josh Gray's brother, is he?
No, came from North Geelong, actually.
Oh, did he?
Yes,
okay.
Came from North Geelong. I think Jack Rapsis may have an interest somewhere along the line. That's why he's here this morning watching the boys.
Okay.
Now, boundary throw-in. Madden towards the front of the pack. Van Ingen comes across. Rode the bump there was Michael O'Sullivan. Handball back to Ryan Moore. Too hot for him. Then he gets tackled by Hinchcliffe. Held on to a long time. Coming through Stankovic. Usually a backline player. And has kicked it like a backline. Yeah, Stankovic will like me saying that about him too. We call him the prancing Italian. 3 behinds. He's not really Italian, but we just call him that. 3 behinds, Western Joey's. Bannockburn 1 behind. The Guest Video Scoreboard first term here in the Under-18 GDFL Grand Final.
Wasn't really a difficult kick. Well, she was right behind him. He didn't have a lot of opposition.
No, he opened up the space very nicely for himself. I suppose he could have steadied a bit more in the end.
From the kick in, he's got the half-back flank for Bannockburn, but leading in the race for the ball is Abasusion. Eludes a couple of players. Good shepherd there. The kick, under a little bit of pressure. He's put it out of bounds on the full. And the ensuing free kick will go to Bannockburn. Standing in the mark is O'Sullivan. So Hinchcliffe now called to play on. Kicks it long towards centre wing. I don't know who's kicked it to because it's gone straight to Fitzgerald. And Fitzgerald for West has taken the mark on centre wing. Drives long to centre half forward. From the back coming down. Well, player grab without it. Yes, and the umpire. Rather obvious, wasn't it?
He's a smart footballer, isn't he, Welsh?
Plays on quickly,
smart.
Forbes, and with the left foot goes long to the full forward position. It's a strong mark. And he looks like a Burke, doesn't he? But he's Beggs. So you see some of these senior players, tallish, well built. That's a David Burke type player.
Isn't he? He's very well put together for under 18 lad.
Yeah, so
nice pair of hands too with the slippery ball there. Eric
yes,
just positioned himself nicely.
Absolutely, and had a little bit of a height advantage, of course. But Beggs now, 5 metres out, fairly acute angle. Runs around. I don't know why he had to run around, but he's kicked the goal anyway.
Opened up the angle a bit.
So 1 goal, 3. West now lead Bannockburn 1 behind, and it's a good start for West Welshie. They're controlling the ball. They're getting into the forward line. Bannockburn just don't seem to have a lot of cohesion. Yeah.
Yeah. At the moment, I was just going to say that Eric, they've turned the ball over twice. We've just seen it turned over in front of us here. That the young fellow went to go back into the corridor, and of course you go back there. You got to pinpoint it when you come off the wings. And obviously he didn't, and Forbes broke through the defence, and of course the big fella up there took the mark, and we sent it on the other side too and just turned the ball over. So Bannockburn are getting plenty of the ball, they just got to use it a bit better.
Back in the middle, West up against Simon Bogey. West, they both missed it, fell into West's arms from the ruck contest, got a kick away, straight towards centre half back, centre half forward, centre half back for Bannockburn. They take a mark and can play on quickly, go wide towards Dwayne Broom.
Well done.
And great pick up, Ryan Moore tackles him, but he gets his kick away towards Hinchcliffe, went right then left, good play by Hinchcliffe, goes wide, and great kick too to Ashley Smith, and that's what Welsh was saying about using the ball better, and Ashley Smith's taken the mark. Possession football by the Tigers. He's at half forward, lead on from Sam Hickleton, goes in that direction, and good mark in the pass, great hand, Sam Hickleton. And I believe this kid's still got 2 years of under 17 football left in him. Geez, that warms the cockles of my heart, Welshie.
Oh.
I just wonder what they feed him when he's at Bannockburn. If that's his age.
He's a big boy, isn't he?
Oh, geez, a big
Sam
boy.
Hickleton, first year in under 18s, comes in 45 metres out, directly in front, tumbling punt, think it's touched on the line. Good play by Ryan Moore. And Sam Hickleton puts the second behind on the board for Bannockburn. They're 2 behinds. And Western Joey's 139 gets video scoreboard. We've been playing 12.5 minutes in the first term. Ryan Moore kicks in, looks for Daniel Beard. And it's a good kick too by Moore. Finds Beard comfortably, takes the chest mark, plays on quickly, tries to drill it towards Apposition up against Ashley Smith. Oh, Abbo's second effort was pretty good. His handball was chopped off though. Then it came towards his teammate in O'Sullivan. Got it away towards half back. Now it's a foot race coming through is Zach Rudd, who picks it up and can run free. Nearly runs into the runner. Comes back towards Gray. Rudd follows it up. Also in there, Ashley Smith. They fight hard for it on centre wing. The umpire might have to come in. No, it's broken free now. Hinchcliffe gets a kick away over the head of a couple of Western Joey's players. Stankovic overruns it. Got some support though for Gona. Got it back to whence it came at half forward. In centre wing, in fact, now Gray and also O'Keefe run at it. They both miss it. Hose picks it up and gets it away. In fact, it might have been O'Sullivan. Goes towards Madden. Good chest mark. Up against pressure there from Kacharski. And it will be Luke Madden. Goes wide, looking for Zach Rudd. Can't take the mark, off hands, goes to the back of the pack. Clinton Gray there again, can't pick it up. And kicked out of the hands of Aaron Nicholson by Simon West, and it will be a boundary throw in at half forward for Western Joey's.
I wonder what Kaharski's heritage is. I coached the Kaharski at Bell Park years ago. Gary, built not dissimilar to the lad out here, so might well be the same breed. The ball out of bounds, 40 metres from the behind post. Well, throw in a little bit short. Players get to it, however. Well, absolutely run over there, the Bannockburn player. And umpire has seen fit to give him the kick, and it's Nicholson. Nobody on the mark. Able to play on there. Away he goes. Touches the ball on the ground. Left footer. Kicks it along the boundary line towards centre wing. Big pack of players.
Oh, good mark.
Good mark there. I don't really know that Stankovic was watching the footy, but the hell fell into the two hands. Drives now back to centre half forward, although it's a bit wider than that. It's half back, half forward flank. Coming through there, unable to pick it up was Kaharski. Ball comes clear. The umpire has put a whistle on play. Which way is the kick going to go? Looks like, is it Burley? That caught one high there. It's amazing how quickly you recover, Welsh, if you realise you've got the free kick.
Oh, for sure. It's the best medicine you can get, isn't it? Hey?
Yes, haven't we all been there?
Oh, yes.
So here's Burley at centre half back. Kicks it long towards centre wing. West in front. Ball punts back into the forward line. Bannockburn finally picked up there by Bogey. Kicks to centre wing. Numbers there with Bannockburn. And, still not able to control it. Van Ingen comes out. Handball. And, well, kicked off the ground there by West in for West. Picked up by Madden. Madden to the full forward position. Through the hands there of Nardi and finally over the boundary line. So your players having a little difficulty, Welshie, in handling it, but their endeavour, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, the endeavour's certainly there. I reckon as the quarter's gone on, it's got a lot slippery of the footy, so they used to call the seconds the dew kickers, didn't they? So obviously today the poor under 18 boys have got to do the job.
Boundary throw in, and Bogey tapped it towards Byron O'Keefe. He just slapped it out of bounds. And it will be a throw-in. 139 Western Joey's Bannockburn, 2 behinds, under 18 grand final. Late stage of the first term here at St Albans Reserve.
Got a nice leap, Bogey. He's just a little short for Ruckman, but he reaches the ball well.
Goes to the front of the pack, back to West. came out from O'Sullivan, goes to the right forward pocket for Joey's. Pushed off the ball, Rayner. Forbes drags it in, then tries to give it away to Stankovic. Still 10 metres out, Beggs. Now Forbes running back with the ball as well. Also coming through and picking it up easily was Buffton. Then he gets tackled, slung off the ball, Spear on the left boot, into the pocket, wide. And it might be out of bounds on the full. It is. It will be a free kick to Bannockburn. And Tom Mullane Grant will be taking it. Bit of a different role for him this morning. Usually see him roaming around the forward line, but he's deep in defence. And he'll take the free kick when he gets the ball back from St Albans Road.
Yeah, often
Boundary Road.
You put your best players where the footy's going to be, and maybe that's what Bannockburn have done early here.
Yeah, for sure, Eric. You've got to do that, especially in a grand final, and obviously they're one of their top line players, so you get him in around the ball and get him touching it, then if you are getting plenty of the ball up forward, you can whack him up forward then, because he's automatically in the game then, isn't he?
Comes out to defensive 50 for Bannockburn. Free kick going to St Joey's though. West St Joey's in front, and being able to take the free kick is Tainton. And we'll be kicking from just outside 50. So he'll try and drive it long into the 10-metre square. He goes now. Forbes from behind, off hands, and goes towards back towards Hart. He misses it, running through Beggs, had it and lost it. Comes back to the front of the square again, running through. Kick off the ground by Broom, goes towards half back. Madden leads in the race of the footy. Pushed off it though by Kaharski. Handball by Broom, missed its target. Then a handball back towards Nicholson. Now coming through. Hart can handball it towards Madden, and he's tackled as well. So pretty hard out. Hinchcliffe goes for the safety of the boundary line, finds it, and it will be a throw in at half forward for Western Joey's.
No, a bit stiff there, Bannockburn. Had a couple of the boys had the right idea with the handballs and that, but they just weren't well executed at the feet of their players.
Bogey gets a tap forward for the Bannockburn side, but only as far as the boundary once again. Adjacent to our broadcast position. Boundary umpire with the footy. Late in the first quarter. Ball comes in. Bogey again does the work against West, gets it forward. Nice pick up there by Dillon, but Dillon's kick towards the half forward line is intercepted on centre wing.
Eric, would you believe he is the brother of Ross Dillon? He's a little bit shorter, isn't he?
Yes, totally different size.
He'll play a big part in this afternoon's game, I think.
Yes, you think so. Ball back in midfield. Well, Van Ingen is put to ground. I don't know what the free kick was for, if it's a trip. There's no indication, perhaps in the back.
In the back, I think, Eric.
Van Ingen just backward of centre for Bannockburn. Looking now for some options. Goes wide to the outer side. The lead out there is by Mullane Grant. He moves nicely, doesn't he? Looks like a footballer. Lovely kick along the flank. And again, well, now we're in trouble. There's light off the car over there. But back into the full forward position for Bannockburn. Broom it is. Sort of, you can see his experience from the seniors, but unfortunately not quite on the money with the kick, and Broome kicks the third behind for the Bannockburn side. They're three behinds. They trail West St Joey's 1-3-9, and that's fairly late in the first quarter.
Ryan Moore to kick in. In fact,
that's
it's real close, because that is quarter time, and at quarter time it is Bannockburn 3 behinds, Western Joey's 1-3-9, so 6-point leaders. Western Joey's, their goal kicker has been Stephen Beggs. Some of the better players in that quarter, Welshie, for both sides. How did they start off?
Yeah, well, have a seizure with it.
Seizure?
Yes, he looks a very good prospect around the centre of the ground, very well balanced when he's over the ball. Dwayne Broom's trying very hard for the Bannockburn side, along with Millen Grant too. He's having a good run at it, and Forbes has had a bit of the ball, but I think Pooley's not doing a bad job on him. He's sticking close to him, and he's just let him get away a couple of times, but obviously the game hasn't blown open yet. It's still a bit scrambly out there, and good players are hard to find at the moment, but obviously someone will break the game open by half time.
Well, I like the look of Forbes you mentioned before the game for Western Joey's. He moves nice, and for some reason, Welshie left footers are hard to control in the forward line, aren't they?
That around the forward pocket, and that and they just seem to turn out of the play, Eric, don't they? And
turn away from the defender.
Catch the other kid, wrong-footed, I suppose. Especially if the idea would be to play left-footer on him, wouldn't it? If you ideally could.
That's the way, yes.
And just to pick up his movements.
So quarter time, and it's Western Joey's 1-3-9. They lead Bannockburn 3 behinds. Back with all the second quarter action.